I guess it's official. We are essentially counting to 50,000 subscribers. Fine. I don't need anyone here. Oh, somebody's here. Okay. Hello, Donok. Don OC. Hi, Miguel. So we're waiting for 50,000 and we're at 49K 997. No, wait, there's an extra 6 there. That's not, no, why does it post that 6? Hi, Nanad. That's my, why does it post that damn 6 over and over again? Okay, fine. This is weird. And hi, some random guy, and Blender, and January, and Zatupok, and Ileana, and Zred, and yeah, and Dositels. Well, I'll stay here for an hour, regardless of. Maybe we don't even hit the 50,000. Okay, but all of you guys have been such a tremendous support, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you and my friend Milos, especially, and Saint Xenia and her prayers to God. So thank you all. Thank you all. So I thought we'd just have this little impromptu live stream. This is probably the most impromptu stream I ever done. Actually, I just recalled that maybe a friend will come. So if it does, I'll have to cut this short anyway. But still, I want to be here in the case he doesn't come and we hit 50 high, because it is a we, So okay. Yeah, that's Freddy Fazbear. It's Nightmare Freddy plushie from the fourth game. One of my former coworkers and a current friend gave it to me for. Was it a birthday or was it Secret Santa on? Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. One more, guys. One more. I wish I could share a screen. I probably can, but. And greetings from Serbia, Conan. And thank you, January. What will happen to all those 50,000 people? They will die, of course. Don't you know about the ritual? Have you not heard? Are you that unaware? Okay, nothing. And we hit it. Oh, and we are at 50,001. Sorry, people, we missed the precise number. Why does this? It's 50K. I'll just type it. Woohoo! Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. And it's one of those things. Like, I started this project 10 years ago. Like drawing Bible verses, and I started this channel 7 years ago. And were my posts much more consistent, we would have been here way earlier. But thank you, conscious philosopher. Thanks, everybody. Hvala, Ilya. So Ilya, he's the son of a priest that served in the chapel that I attend. So if when I look at the back, how this channel began and everything, I sort of tried to have this consistent upload schedule, but when I think about it, a lot of my, especially early content, was sort of poor, and a lot of those videos were actually deleted and posted on like tertiary channels or something because they felt, sort of bad at removing them. But it was done solely for the algorithm. So if any of you ever want to become a YouTuber or anything similar, any sort of content creator, never do things exclusively for the algorithm. Never, never, ever. Always strive for the quality. I'm not saying that I'm this quality king or anything, but still I was a king of poor quality algorithm happy things, and it did not help much because people will, oh, this is some random trend that he recorded with the phone and added some illustrations, and of course that people will tend to click out of it. So yeah, so it is what it is. So you're all still alive. Well, I did not plan for this outcome. From where do you have the stuffed cat? Actually, yeah. Where did I get it? I actually forgot it. I actually, if you go on Orthodox Banter with Boy on my secondary channel, which is you should subscribe to as well. I've had. I tell about how Chaslav got his name, so there's a short about that too. Oh, thank you so much, Don. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me discover Orthodoxy. Your video with Milos on how to become Orthodox was what motivated me to go to Divine Liturgy. God bless you. By the way, regarding that video, how to become an Orthodox Christian, this is something I tell Milos like every other time we meet, and we meet often. If there was one thing that each of us has done, barring himself having kids, I think that video was the greatest thing we've ever made, and will ever make. I can make an informative video. I can make a funny video. I can make a funny informative video. But if there is one video that will help people in, other Christians becoming Orthodox or non-Christians becoming Christians, or, that's simply informative, I think it is that one. And we've made it precisely because we both know how many anxieties people go through during their conversion process, out of which, and there are those minor anxieties. Oh, I have to go to the church for the first time. Oh, this is all alien and so foreign, and then there are major anxieties. How will my family react? My former priests, pastors, imams, and of course the most difficult part of all, the families. And it was a video that was long in the making. I think I did not post for a month while I was making that video. And I'm so thankful. And I'm so thankful to God that it blew up, because, I think that is the video of our channel. All of the others, okay, they're nice, they're great again. But that one, if that's the sole legacy we have, I think that we have done well just for that video. And thank you, Greek Moonwalker. Rant over, by the way. Thank you, Randy. Randy, if that's the Randy I think about, he's my godchild. And if you're not my godchild, Randy, change your name. I haven't posted a single video or short for months now, and I got to 300 subs. Well, you have a big Twitter account, so that's what that'll do ya. Deutscher Michael. Guten Abend allerseits. Guten Abend, Michael. Wait, let me see. Oh, and we got 3 additional subscribers in the meantime. Yay. So, wow, half 100K. That's a lot. Of course, we all know that majority of those are like sort of dead accounts, people stop visiting profiles. If I could, honestly, if I could, when your channel grows, you will gather bots, bot subscribers, people who make a new account and they stay subscribed on their older account, people who sadly die, and so on. If there was a way to remove all those dead accounts, I instantly would. I like to be firmly on the ground. I don't want cranked up numbers. I'd rather have, like, I know, 10,000 regular subscribers than simply 40,000 who are just hanging up in air. but it is what it is. Hey, Caleb T. Boy and Cheater here. Hi, Cheater. I actually, from my studio, I have the access to live count. So it's at 50,000 for subscribers at this specific moment. It will get uploaded eventually. So there we go, Sakura. Thank you. Yeah, Sakura. That's the name I chose for the Pentecostal convert in How to Become Orthodox. Nice. Yeah, maybe we could catch like the whole team: Theodoros, Ahmed, Father Stephen. I have bad news for Greek schools. They officially don't celebrate the holiday of the three hierarchs, and they won't bring us to the church next week. By the way, was this a typical custom in Greece? Because at least in Serbia, the three hierarchs are simply what we call a red letter day, a feast day, when we have the divine liturgy, but no specific customs. Thank you so much, Kyrie. Oh, greetings from Argentina. A very good friend of mine is currently in Argentina, by the way. Thank you so much, Liam. So, to be quite honest, I don't plan anything special or new for the channel. Just, same old stuff. I do plan to have more of those animated shorts with the little monk, but honestly, the editing software that I use is actually rather poor. So I need to improve in my animation department, because it's practically hand drawn and assembled, and it's a painful process that I really think could be sped up. And then I need to get in touch with the Vlach. The Vlach is I think he actually I can't remember if he made a video for us, but he definitely did make a couple of stills for us, like the patristics character, which was later used as a parody for the patristic channel, to which you absolutely should subscribe to, because Stefan and Andrew are great, and they make great informative videos. I like to think about patristics as sort of Bible Illustrated that's serious. I wanted to say without the humor, but that sounds bad. But when it's serious, it's actually positive. So it's really great. Greetings from Brazil. We have the entire South America here. I want to say South Africa. So greetings from England. And this is the great thing. I mean, honestly, I believe that in the end, the internet does more bad than good. It is like this endless mirror where we gaze into ourselves in the sense of humans. However, it is there, and let us make as much as good as we can with it. And this is one of those things. I mean, we're gathering here in this little live stream of this little channel, Christians from England, Brazil, Argentina, and even Romania, and even Serbia, and we're having good time. And even some people who aren't Christians. I know who you are. I know who you are in the chat. You're my neighbors from 3 buildings over. Hello, question. What place do you think nudity has in art? I don't know. Myself, I don't mind it if it's what you would say tasteful, like Renaissance things. But I am a modern guy. I live in a society that's simply drowning in pornography. So I can imagine that my view of it is tad more positive and compared to, for example, porn. What I do mind about it, is like when it's uncalled for. Like there are so many like Renaissance paintings where you have completely uncalled for nudity. Like those Greek gods weren't just going nude everywhere. Okay, like Birth of Venus, it makes sense in context, but some other things like why? So, but Brewmeister, I see the internet as neutral force. You can use it for good or bad. Yes, I know it is, but the end result is more bad than good. Like I like to quote this meme I saw some 30 years ago. I want to have sex with a toaster. I'm insane. I should not do that. And today, I want to have sex with a toaster. You join Sex with a Toaster Reddit and you mess up your life. Excellent description of the internet. Some random guy, part 2. Greetings from the US of your and hello to the Kentucky to Donnie's journey to Orthodoxy. And thank you so much, Sportler Boy, for your congratulations. Greetings from Germany. So we have at least 2 Germans or people from Germany here. And Ireland, Anonymous Potato. Hey, brother. Hello, Potato. Carolina. What do you plan on doing when you reach 100K? Maybe collaboration with someone? I mean, I'm open to collaborations. I just never did them because I'm lazy and I'm usually like, why would anyone collaborate with me? But we definitely plan something with patristics. Just we have to see what, but we'll make something definitely. Did you know there are Orthodox churches in Mandalay, Pegu, Siram, and Yangon in Burma? Thank God there are. And may there be many more. Actually, I was thinking about those prayer wheels that they have in Buddhism. Those could be Christianized. We could have prayer wheels with Our Father on them. I mean, we already have candles that are sort of this perpetual prayer that you sort of leave to pray for you. So... Aljaž Stražinar, hello to Slovenia from Serbia. Pablito, Among Us. Yes, it's an Among Us. Ilana, I hear fireworks outside. I bet they're celebrating your 50K. I know they are. Eddie, do you think radiometric dating is reliable? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a random guy who does pencil things. By the way, let me just check if that friend plans to come over here. I doubt at this age, at this time. Probably not. Caden went to an Orthodox church for the first time today. What were your experiences? I'm simply curious. What did you think? What was the impression? Oh, and Anonymous Spontaneous from Kenya. So we have Africa too. That's in Africa, right? Let's get into this. Hello from Mars, from Jep. Watching from Lithuania, says Carolis. And Atlantis. Under the sea, Eugene. Greetings and congrats from California, USA. Yep, as Lime says, brothers in Christ from all over the world. It's that beautiful prayer that we say when we celebrate Slava, Petrus saying the grace of the Holy Spirit has gathered us all here. Well, primarily in the church, but this is a small extension of the church, in a way. Hello, Pelty, hello from Finland. Greek Moonwalker, I'm so happy for a very important thing in my life. Through though my sins and though the demon attacks I had, God proved to me that He's 1000% real. He can, no one can ever prove me wrong about Christ ever again. Similar experience to mine. I've talked about this in my previous live stream, but thanks to miracle of Saint Xenia of Petersburg, I have no doubts whatsoever, even though I have been plagued with doubts for, I don't know, past I don't know, 5 years, but last year they simply were dispelled and stopped. I simply persevered. Like, I once asked my spiritual father, Father Dimitri Cosby, does he have doubts? And he said, well, I do. I get them occasionally, but I simply ignore them as these little flies that fly over your head, It's a difficult thing. What if Stalin became a priest instead of a communist? Well, I think that the revolution would still happen, but we would at least have one certain despicable dictator less, you know. Our best secret is hiding that you will have strong demon attacks when converting. Yeah, actually, I have a friend. He's also a patron. Actually, he met me through Patreon. He pledged to me, and because he's here from Belgrade, he dropped me a message. Hey, let's meet up. And I'm like, sure. I'm a friendly guy. I went to meet him, and we started hanging out. And he became, from a patron, he became a standard issue friend. And I actually, the last time I saw him, I realized that he was actually practically an atheist, and he converted through UFOs because he started investigating the UFO phenomena, and he was like, wait, there's no way all of these are fake. Maybe a lot of them are fake, but there's has to be something behind all of these phenomena that if so many people are reporting on it. And then he was like, wait, but what if I apply the same arguments towards the Gospels, the Eucharistic miracles, the mer streaming from relics and icons and so on? And he converted. And the split second he did that, and by the way, we haven't seen each other for like 6 months before seeing each other last time, which was a couple of weeks ago. And the split second he started believing in God actively, he said that he was so incessantly plagued with intrusive thoughts. And I'm like, well, yeah, you started kicking the hornet's nest. And he even said that his apartment started having all of these creepy sounds, especially at night. And I'm like, okay, I did not have any experience with that, but luckily he told me that on the very eve of the feast of Theophany. So we went to the church, which was luckily just 2 minutes away from his apartment. We got the holy water, and I told him to sprinkle it all over. And the interesting thing is, I don't have a high opinion of liturgical languages. I think they generally prevent ordinary people from participating in the services. But he's a language buff, and from between the two times we saw each other, he actually mastered Church Slavonics, which is quite impressive. So thank you for reminding me to share that story. Hello from Turkey. There you go, from all across the globe. Did you see Serbia versus Lithuania in EuroLeague yesterday? No, I don't watch sports, literally. I really don't even follow the news. For example, the Serbian electro distribution company is under a horrible hacker attack for the past, like, I don't know, for the past month, and I had no clue that none of this was happening because I'm so, uh, uninformed. I want to prevent something that happened the last time, because the last time we were here, actually my stream froze, and I want to open it in a parallel window in the case that something happens. By the way, if the stream freezes, I won't restart it. Okay, I just saw my I just saw the thumbnail. Oh man, it's the worst. I love it. It's one of those horrible freeze frame things when you really don't look your best, and it's so good. This one's staying. Okay, let me just turn myself down. There we go. Okay. What did I do? Okay. Uh, Boyan, what is the painting on the upper right? Do you mean this one? Well, if this is the painting that you I I hope you did not think it was something especially artistic. A friend of mine um, saw this like rendition of Ursula from The Little Mermaid, and because I'm a huge fan of her as a villain, because the way she's animated, the voice work, it's so good. And he's like, I have to get you this for New Year's. That's like I don't know 2 years ago. So it stayed there, and actually I have a little figurine of Maleficent uh, right underneath it, and it's proper because it's actually placed opposed to my icon. So I have a villain corner too. Just a little Ursa here. Little Ursa. Okay. Uh, so what's my opinion about Mirolju Petrovic? A total loon and a blasphemer. He had some horrible comments regarding the Theotokos. Mirolju Petrovic is essentially this fringe um, conspiracy theorist. And he's a cultist. He was a part of some cult, and he was even too extreme for them. And then he got kicked out of that cult, and now he simply has these populist talking points. But I don't know, really dislike the guy. Blessings from Michigan. Thank you, Howard, and blessings back to you. That's what Caden says about his visit. It was a good experience. The church does the Divine Liturgy on Saturday because the priest works for two churches in different cities. In my opinion, there is no better place on earth, and that is true. Conscious philosopher forgot to say greetings from Hyperborea, and John the Catholic, another one from Germany. So Germany leads in three people. Bromeister, are we in the brink of World War III, Boyan, or is it still very far away? I'll let you know when I'm clairvoyant. We might be on the brink of World War III. We might be not. There are certainly a lot of wars, going around, like uh, in Africa. Is it in Sudan, in Myanmar, in Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine, and the Israel and Gaza genocide and everything. So there are a lot of these concurrently, and I don't know if you guys seen it, but even Pakistan and Iran had this small altercation, which was like really not the best of times. Some random guy, hello, sir, from Southeastern Turkmenistan. Yes. Gypsy, how different do you think the world would be if Jesus was never crucified? It would be way crappier, way, way crappier. Maybe even it would have unraveled and returned to the void from whence it came. You know, like the ultimate evil. Insert the UFO book from St. Seraphim Rose or Father Spirit Bailey. Yeah, precisely. And Keaton says that people were very friendly and greeting. That is the important thing. Like when you're friendly, just kind, ordinary kindness, you attract people. It's one of the world's biggest life hacks. Caretaker, George from England. Again, the entire world. I believe in God, but sometimes choosing the right church can be very confusing and hurts my head. But I have chocolate. Yeah, yeah. Chocolate is always good. Marco says radiocarbon dating states the cat begins when he's been dead for 2,000 years. Yes, it's true. I just hid my soul in this painting. um, is it common for those who are in the process of conversion to be attacked by demons when you become closer to God? Yes, and these attacks, the closer you come to God, the more you're attacked. That is why I'm not attacked at all. I wish I were. I mean, because I'm close to God, not for the attacks themselves. Well, greetings from South Africa, servant of God Onion. Yeah. By the way, you guys from YouTube, if you're not, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you probably don't know the story. But when I was in on vacation last year on Skopelos, in Nea Klima, I went to church and I approached to receive communion. So the priest asked name, I think he said name, and they said Boyan, and he said the servant. I mean, that's whole thing I understood, but I knew what he was saying. Essentially, the servant of God, Onion, receives the body and blood of Christ for life eternal, and I'm like, I guess Onion's my Christian name now. Anonymous potato. What does the Orthodox incense smell like? I'm Roman Catholic. I don't know what to tell you because it does smell different from the ones that you can get in like Indian shops that we have over here. I can only tell you to actually obtain some and burn it and see it for yourself. Hello from Zangelo, Mizoram. Thank you, lad. I don't know what it is. And Pullman is from Norway. And the Naughty Kitten from Alabama. I I've seen a few icons of the Holy Trinity where they show God as an old man with white beard. Is that correct? No, we should not depict God the Father because no man has seen the Father. And whenever we have an icon of an old bearded man with a cruciform halo, that's actually Christ as the Ancient of Days. Essentially, he's pre-incarnate um, uh, imagery of him before his incarnation. However, I've noticed that a lot of people get really serious scruples when it comes to that icon, in the sense of should they attend church if it's exposed? Yes, you should. I mean, it's one of those things that shouldn't be done, but it's not really a big deal when if it's done. I just don't think we should perpetuate it by making more of such icons as frescoes, but not in the sense of like, oh, I'm not going to kiss that icon. Even even if it's wrong, it still represents God the Father. You know, Anonymous Potato, is Milosh in your basement right now? Well, he's not with me right now. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, Copperhead. I come from a Pentecostal background, um, but I've been exploring Orthodoxy. I've even going to a monastery to live with the monks for a week. That's very good. That's very good. Um, Pablito, do you think countries like Serbia and Georgia will be more conservative in these times? Um, I think that generally, in times of turmoil, people turn to conservatism. Honestly, you know, it is easy to waste your time and energy and everything on loony ideologies that ultimately don't work when it's peaceful. However, when tides come, oh, I think I've lost. Sorry, Dandelion. Good evening. Hello. Reminds next time get a Heroes 3 painting. Actually, for a couple of my friends, I ordered from Etsy like these Heroes 3 patches for jackets, Necropolis and the Shield. So, so I have to ask a question. Is the Our Father actually different in Serbian than in Russian? Is it all in Church Slavonic? Well, in Church Slavonic, it's pretty much similar, even though Serbian pronunciation and Russian pronunciation, the Church Slavonic is different. but it's different in Russian and Serbian. So, but it's again very similar. A lot of people would be able to tell what it is. Some random guy in a monastery icon, that brand, yeah, the Hindu weird cult brand, but I got it from a monastery. I imagine like an Orthodox monastery, and that monastery got it donated to them, and I got it and hung it up after I blessed it. Is that okay? Yes, it is. Don't worry about it. Maria Giuseppina, what do you think about Padre Pio? I like him. I mean, I'm an Orthodox. I don't pray to Catholic saints, but you know, um, I find him actually very likable, and I always get the impression that he took his stigmata as this sort of, well, a curse. You know, he really tried, to conceal them. So, what do I think about the old believers and the old Russian right? Nothing special. I mean, right as a right, I like. However, the issue there is that people tend to, a lot of people create different idols in their heads, and sometimes a right can be an idol, and that's the primary issue with all believers. The issue with the state church in Russia at the time was that they thought that the changes were so necessary that they necessitated a large scale schism. So hvala, Pavle. Iz Beograda. What do I think about the Presbyterian Church? Actually, I think I get them mixed up with some other denominations, so I don't want to answer because I will probably give a wrong answer. Copyright. The Orthodox Church has started going to his pews and uses a little bit of music pre-recorded hymns since they stream online. Is it cooked? Well, pews shouldn't be ideally be there, but I have some understanding why people retain them. It's like when you have like this filthy attic, and you really are going to put off cleaning it for decades. And it's like that with pews. Removing them is costly, annoying, causes all sorts of mess in the church. And I think that a lot of priests are simply generally are like, oh, let them stay and pre-recorded hymns. Now, I don't know if they actually play them during the service, which I find off-putting. Actually, Peter Paul of Serbia answered that question like I know 50 years ago. He made this compilation of questions and answers, and he asked somebody asked, "Can we play like responses during the liturgy and so on with a radio?" And he said, "Because radio does not pray." You know, so I don't think it should be done, but I don't think it's like this big horrible thing. And thank you, Matthew Slater. Jonas, hi Boyan, could you make a video explaining the differences between all these prayers, chants that are called Kontakia, Irmos, Akatis? I have no clue what the differences is supposed to be. Actually, I will. I will maybe make like this sort of like prayer music dictionary. It's not something I look forward to because it's very technical and not a whole lot of jokes I can land in there, but I'll try. You're a reader in the Orthodox Church, right? And advice for singing, reading the epistle? Not really. Just make sure to read it beforehand at least once. That's about it. Okay, then does it matter if the church you go to is majority of language you don't know? Well, it was in a way, and this question I will answer in one of the upcoming videos because it will be basically called "Help! I attend an ethnic parish and I don't understand a thing," and there I will comment on not understanding the services. However, however, um, it, uh, it you aren't deprived of God's grace even if you don't understand it. Just a moment. And thank you so much, Copperhead. Is it true that some Orthodox icons used to have saints with animal heads? I saw an icon of Saint Christopher with a dog with dog head, or other with icons or Christ with three heads. Was that an actual thing? The Christoph Saint Christopher with an animal head was a thing. However, I think they were basically banned in Russia because there is this legend of Saint Christopher who belonged to a tribe of dog-headed people, and when he got baptized, I think he like turns into a human. That was probably an elaboration that maybe this tribe was very vicious or maybe very ugly, like dog-heads, you know. However, that's the sole example. I don't think you will find any other example of saints with animal heads outside of Saint Christopher. There are some rare examples of a lamb with a halo, but that is representative of Christ, and according to an ecumenical council, it's still, not something that should be painted. However, now weird icons like Christ with three heads that came from Catholicism, where some smart soul thought that this was a very witty representation of the Trinity. However, the issue is that this icon confuses the persons. So, because you will have like this head with five eyes that sort of shows simultaneously three faces, but those faces melt into each other. So, it's a bad representation of the Trinity. And that one was sort of popular in Catholicism at one point, but even the popes banned it precisely because of what I've just said. Josephine, I'm at the moment just in a relationship with God, but I want to look into Orthodoxy, but I find it really hard. Any recommendations? Josephine, watch the video from our channel, How to Become an Orthodox Christian. Precisely at the beginning, we mentioned books, and there you can find book recommendations. Some of them are like The Orthodox Church by Bishop Palisos Ware. Um, I think you should start with that, honestly. Ezra Gaines, hello from England. Hello. Crash, I'm new to the Orthodox Church and I'm hoping to be baptized this year. God willing. Thank you so much for your content and congrats on 50K. Thank you so much for being a part of my 50K experience, hopefully. Naughty Kitten, I'm new to Orthodoxy from Protestant Christian, Primitive Southern Baptist. Is all believers the same as Orthodox? Generally, no. So they were essentially Russian Orthodox who split from the Russian Orthodox Church when the Russian Orthodox Church started to align their practices to the Greek Church. For example, they would make the sign of cross like this, so not like this as we do today, but like this, and some other things like the Greek Church had prayer ropes, while the old believers had stovkas, which are these like small leather ladders, ladder, as in a literal ladder that you pray on. And from this distance, it sounds like a silly thing to cause such a horrible season, but it is what it is. Season was real, and some of these old believers actually returned to the church while retaining their practices, and they're called jednoviernie, meaning of one belief, but implying different practices. Um, it was a completely an unnecessary schism that it was simply tragic. So when somebody says all believers, they generally mean people who follow that right, most of which do not belong to canonical Orthodox Church, even though there are some who do. Masembia, the catechism at my church is very short, like 1 or 2 months. Is that a bad thing? And should I talk to my priest about it? Well, I really do not want to comment on that because at least sometimes in Serbia you can get baptized like this, you know. even without any catechism. So even having 1 or 2 months is actually good. Um, you know, I would discuss it with the priest, like, hey, maybe I should go that longer. I'm not really certain, and so on. So Luca, sorry, all good things from Croatia. Hi, Luca. Although greetings, Mr. Boyan. Have you ever read Idiot by Dostoevsky? I haven't. I'm curious what you think about it, if you have read it. I still haven't read it. I hope to read it one day, but opinion on Saint Alfred, like Alfred the Great. Al, thank you for making your videos, man. It helped me out a lot. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Conscious philosopher. Thoughts about that annoying guy, conscious philosopher. You know what I think about you. I told you in your face. Oh, Noella says it's also my namesake, Saint John Chrysostom. It's one of my favorite saints, and the chapel I attend is dedicated to Saint John Chrysostom, and I have a painted icon of Saint John in my icon corner. Привет, comrades, says Home Metal Studios. Привет. Carlos Davila, greeting friend, Christ with you. Congrats on 50K. You've helped me a lot on the journey through Orthodoxy. Cheers. And cheers back. Vicious Alpine, your boy, and one question I have is on saints revealing themselves to us. Why do certain saints pop out in our lives out of nowhere? Does Christ ask them to reach out to us, or do they choose to seek us? I think it's like both. Like it could be both. Maybe Christ tells some saint, go and help them. Maybe some saints asks Christ, "Can I help this person?" and so on. Of course, ultimately Christ allows it. But it all has to do with providence. Why some saints and not some other, God knows. Again, God is playing a 60-dimensional chess with us humans, with saints, with angels, with demons, with everything, and of course the nature and all of those things. So ultimately, why I dare not venture a guess, but I know that ultimately it's for the best. Luka Šorić, what do you think about Croatia? Well, I do hope that us Serbs and you Croats can finally find some long-lasting peace and simply bury a lot of hatchets that we have. I've been to Zagreb and it was quite nice. It's a wonderful city. Any Arab Christians? Not that said that out loud, but Ila answer. Greetings from Greece. Greetings from Serbia. Oliver Heath. Hello, Boyan. Please pray for me so that I can go to church soon. I'm 13 and the only Orthodox person in my house and the area. Well, may the Lord help you. And, you know, probably the most difficult question I get ever is, hello, I'm a very underage person. I want to convert. What should I do? And I never know what to tell them. I generally tell them, wait until you're 18 and then make your decision. And especially because, I do consider Christ to be the absolute truth and the Orthodox Church to be his church. However, I also know what silly choices I made when I was 13, and I don't want young people to, convert sort of too early and completely alone. And then later on, did Orthodox because, oh, I was so stupid when I was 13. Because you will consider your decisions when you were 13 to have been extremely stupid. Not to mention that your entire family will be absolutely certain that you were brainwashed by a cult. You know, the best thing I can say: wait until you're 18 and see whether this decision of yours sticks. You know, and don't be terrified by people. Oh, you need to get baptized as soon as possible because otherwise you'll go to hell. Christ will stay with you, even in such difficult circumstances. And this is the best answer I can give right now. I may make a video on it. However, this is definitely a video I will have to consult a lot of clergy about. A lot. Maybe some will be like, "Oh, don't delay, convert instantly," but I don't know, because in any case, you have to go through catechumenate, but then generally it lasts for like 2 years, so if in like the chance that you start instantly, you will be 15, but knowing how teenage years go, and that at one point you will be like, "I was such an idiot then." I think it would be preferable if you delay your conversion at a later date because you really don't want to your conversion to be that, "Oh, I was such an idiot" moment when you mature. You know, the Kevin muted the Orthodox Church just became a catechumen, and thank God for that. Ryan Gosling, in Only Pink Forgives, going to my first Vespers in an hour. By the way, I know two atheists who converted by going to Vespers service. Both of them had like a miraculous experience. I don't know what it is about Vespers, but there's something about it. Is it bad if I'm still watching your stream instead of going to prepare for tomorrow's communion? Absolutely. Go prepare for your communion. You can watch this stream later. You're not missing anything. You're literally not missing anything. Just a guy from Croatia. So there are two Croats, right? Ciao. Gabriel, do you have any tips for converts? My favorite tip is and has remained listen to your priest. Literally, that's all about. And do not worry and do not have this psychotic approach. Oh, what if I make a mistake? You know, God is not like this evil judge at a dancing competition who's out to get you. You know, God has common sense. On Quora, someone asked how to avoid stigmata. It sort of makes it like, you're going to buy grocery and suddenly you get hit with stigmata. Uh, really unrelatable, at least for me. Hello from England. Hello, Ezra. And thank you, Cometal Studios. Caden Hall, what age should a child start fasting? Just wondering. I think that people here generally, start fasting with their children when they're around 7, but I think that's really individual, and this is definitely one of those things you should discuss with your priest. CF, uh, I'm Maronite and looking to convert at 18 and come on. Habib, congrats. Hello, and Copperhead, I have prayer rope, but I want to get a Lestovka because it looks cool. Yeah, I have one too. And they're neat. They're neat. Copperhead. I know there's an ecumenical council that says that you can pray with schismatics. Does that mean you can say grace with Protestant family? I might get a lot of flack, but I honestly don't think that saying grace with your Protestant family is this huge discord in your spiritual life. Um, yeah, if like my family were Protestant, I would have no issues praying, saying grace with them, unless their grace is this horrible, evil, heretical thing that our Father who are sole God, who has sent your only human Son, and you're like, no, 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 bye. So um, I don't think that avoiding grace is, it's a good enough. I think it creates much more damage than good, and I think it especially emphasizes that. Some people say, "Yeah, but we stand for the truth." Yeah, but you're tearing a family apart over nothing, in my opinion. All follower of Jesus. Thank you so much, man. I have been attending the Serb Orthodox Church for a few weeks. I feel so drawn to beautiful art. Thanks for a great channel. Thank you so much. Anonymous potato. Why do Orthodox Christians think that the Rosary is a heresy and we pray to Mary too much? It's not the Rosary itself. It's the fact that generally a Rosary is associated with like um, imagining the scenes from the gospel, and Orthodox spirituality is very opposed to imagination in spiritual life because it is a doorway to prelest, to spiritual self delusion. However, rosary outside of that isn't much of a problem, and we even have our version of it, which we call the prayer rule of 150, Rejoice, O Virgin Theotokos, by Saint Seraphim of Sarov. And uh, Without the ignorant spirituality of imagining the scenes, it's fine. You can't pray to Mary too much, because ultimately all prayers to saints are prayers to Christ. Oh, and we have an Arab Christian. By the way, I'm here for practically an hour, so I will quickly go through the remaining questions and answer anything and leave. Uh, Hey, Boyan, what do you think about Orthodox Kyle, if you know who he is? I only know that he's an Orthodox YouTuber, but that's about it. And I know he made this like, what do you call them? Uh, uh, um, like table where you sort levels of. He made a table for like Orthodox YouTubers, tier list, and that's all I know about him. So I don't know anything else. Coleman, Hipponium, please pray for me. I'm struggling with school, and God bless you. And may God bless you too in your studying and learning. May it be unto the salvation and help to your homeland. Yaakov, I was baptized last week. Thank God. When Richard looks highly uncomfortable, is it? No, it's not. It's great. I work, so Copperhead, I work the overnight shift 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. What time should I fast on fast days, or should I ask my priest? Ask your priest. Mickey, why do we have a freakishly realistic plushie of a cat? Go to my secondary channel, Orthodox Banter with Boyan, and there you will see the answer. It's called Cheslav, the poorly rendered cat. Greetings from Indiana. Thank you, Rebel um, Umbrion. Oh, that sounds powerful. Hello, darn cool creeper. Um, Vicious Alpine. Also, please pray for us. Over in the UK, the Anglican bishops have started renting our cathedrals to people that want to use them for discos and party and so on. And some of them even have saints buried in them, and that's absolutely horrible. I think that that at the last judgment, God will point to these churches specifically and say, "What have you done to my house?" When Christ kicked out the money exchangers from the temple. These people had a worship function there. They were robbing people, but they were still in the function of worship. What is this? What is a disco? Hello, Boyan. I have one question. Have you changed your mind on the aerial toll houses? Not at all. Not at all. Um, the more I read about the toll houses, and I mean specifically the vision of Theodora, the more I come to realize that the text is intended to become to be like pedagogical, whatever you say, uh, to to make people scare them straight, to make them uh, be in line to serve as a confession manual because it's so dandy. And the more I read it, the more I have an impression that somebody saw the letter of the divine essence and simply conjured in their mind what it's supposed to represent as opposed to what it actually is. And I've seen countless times people use that specific icon as an icon of the toll houses or something that it's not at all about the toll houses. So my opinion hasn't changed. Because it simply makes no sense. And I constantly encounter people thinking that you can repent at the toll houses, that it is the last temptation. You're dead. There's no temptation. There's no going back. You're judged at when you die. There's no, this is a different sort of thing from, yes, you can be sort of prayed out of Hades by prayers of others, but uh, he- it's it's you get help from others. There's no more choices by you, in the sense of like, oh, I can repent there. No, you can't. I mean, your repentance can be aided by prayers, but not at the toll house. My friend asked if he could come and check the church. He comes from Professor background. I said yes, but I should have asked the priest first. No, you didn't. uh, if that priest is any good, he should be glad that somebody wanted to come and ask. Oh, what's my hi, Angela and Michael. They're my friends from the US. They actually have been here to Serbia, and I love them to no end. And they hope to see you guys again. Uh, Let me see. I think I've answered well practically most. Catherine Clark, oh dear boy, and I appreciate all you do. I'm this art in US. Thanks for helping us newbies in the Orthodox Church come to understand how to live. And thank you for being part of this journey because I'm on a journey myself. So, um, well, guys, it's been an hour. Uh, Thank you all for being a part of this journey. Thank you all for subscribing, for watching, on occasion for pledging on different platforms and so on. I'm really thankful for all of you, and please pray for me that I might persevere in this little ministry of ours, because it is an ours ministry, it's not mine. And all of you are these little pixels and blocks in this little thing that's called Bible Illustrated, which in itself is a little brick in this huge thing that's called the Church of Christ. So thank you all. Uh, uh, and I do hope that we have a 75K subscriber stream next. Uh, why? Love you, amazing. You're the first reason tomorrow I'm going to the second time to leadership. Thank God. Bye, guys. And by the way, as I said before, there will be more streams. I plan the next one in the first week of February. You will be notified in advance so that you don't miss on it. This was an impromptu one because I was um, I was watching the I was watching the uh, I was watching the live content. I was like, hey, why not have some people over? So thank you all. Please pray for me and pray for all of those who ask for our prayers in the stream and those who maybe wanted but are shy. Bye.